Hi everyone, welcome to our next lesson in origami. So we're on 3 lessons and we're building up the skills as we go, so it is quite helpful to follow along in the order. What we're going to be making today are little origami owls. Now they use basically the same techniques as our paper cups from lesson 2, but we're going to be working on reverse fold. Now this is really helpful for taking our origami level skills to the next step. Plus, we get to make a little owl. They're very cute. So, you're going to need a square piece of paper, like always. And again, if you don't have a square piece of paper, go to lesson 1, where I give you instructions on how to make it out of any other shape of paper. As long as you have a right angle, you can make a square. If you follow those instructions, then you already have your first fold. So that's nice and easy. Let's move my little owls out of the way and get started. Our first step is to take our nice square of paper and we're going to fold it corner to corner to make a really big triangle. Make sure this fold is nice and sharp. Now we take one of these corners and bring it up and over so that this line lines up with this line. Make sure this point here is good. And we don't really need to make a strong fold here because we're just making that mark. See? So if all you do is make sure it's all lined up and then pinch here, you still got it. This mark is going to give us a guideline to pull the other corner up to touch it. If you've done lesson 2, it should all be hopefully very familiar. Here we've got a really important fold that we need to keep going, so we go over it with our fingernails. Okay. I'll do that one more time to make sure it stays nice and flat. This other corner is going to come up and meet. See how these lines are now all together, okay? Really push that fold down, want it nice and sharp so it lies flat on its own. It might poke up a little bit, that's okay. Because the next thing we're going to do is pull this bit down over the top of it. Score that down with our fingernails. We're going to flip it over and do the same on the other side. Okay. So on this side, we've got these folds that we can see. So that's going to be the back of our owl. This side, quite smooth paper. This will be the front of our owl. This little flap we folded up, we're going to fold a part of it over to make the beak. So you can make a really little beak by folding just a tiny bit of it, or you can pull more over and make a bigger beak. I'm going to go for a little beak today. The thing about making little creatures and characters is it's really good to play around and do lots of different ones to see which style you like best. Now at this stage it doesn't look very much like an owl. We're going to fix that. So if this is its beak, it's going to need some eyes as well, obviously. Owls need really big eyes. They have round eyes and they have round pupils. Mine looks a little bit startled. Never mind, it's fun. You can add any other decorations you like as well. Maybe have a look at some pictures of owls and see what they have. So some of them have speckled feathers underneath their beak, so I'm going to add that here. Remember, that's the beak. I'm going to put a line just carefully along the edge of my beak to make it a bit more obvious. So we've got our decorations to show it's an owl. now we need to finish our shaping. So here's where we do those tricky reverse folds. I say tricky, but once we get the hang of it, we'll be okay. It's just tricky to start, always is. So let's turn it back around so we're looking at the back. We're going to bring one corner in a bit. The idea is to make this line come in to kind of round out our owl shape. Remember, this is the side of our owl. So you can kind of figure that out. Estimate it. Now, we're folding quite a lot of paper at this point, so it's quite tricky to get a sharp fold. Really do your best. You might want to go back and fold it on itself as well. There we go. Now do the same on the other side. Try and make sure it's approximately even. Kind of point the corners towards each other, try and line it up, and really push down on this fold. Flipping it over, doing the same, really making those fold lines nice and clear. Okay. Now, we're going to need to open our shape up. So, like it's the cup we made last time, open it out, and these fold lines, now, instead of poking out, this corner needs to poke in. We're going to turn these into reverse folds. So, it goes from poking out, open it up, pop this fold in, and using these fold lines we've had before, that we've already made, close it on itself. Let's do that again. So we've opened up, got this corner poking out, and we're going to pop it in using the folds we've made to help us. There we go. And that's what a reverse fold is. Now we've got our owl. It's still a little bit flat. It's okay. These little bits will help it stand up. And then, like we did with the cup, we can push down on his head. There we go. And create those distinctive. Distinctive means the way we can recognize something. So we recognize owls by their distinctive shaped head, which has these little, looks like ears or little horns on the top. There we are. There's our owl, all done. Try making lots of different shapes of owls and lots of different sizes. As you can see, if you start with different sizes of paper, you will get different size owls. I recommend if you have maybe some younger siblings, you could make a bunch of little owls and then they could listen to Owl Babies, which I know is on Bigland and Green website, and they could play with them as they listen. That could be really nice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed making those owls. Now we know how to do reverse folds, we can do much more complicated origami shapes next time. So, see you then. Bye.